Um, I appreciate you, and I appreciate especially those of you that do likes our videos and also make comment. When we see your comment, when we see your likes, it excites us. So I appreciate you that are viewing and that watch, that do share, and those of you that also subscribe to our YouTube page. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. God bless you. And today we are continuing on the journey we began last week. We said we started a series which we shall be running by God's grace throughout this year till the end of this year. But every month has its own sections, its own topic, and all the topics are peculiar. It is something I wouldn't want you to miss. Whether you are single, whether you are married, I will want you to follow us, because every section, every broadcast has its own powerful revelations, which if when taken care of or and applied, will bless and help your relationship. Last week, for the theme of the year, we began with marriage roadmap for smooth journey or smooth sailing in 2025. And last week, we began with building strong foundations. Everything we shall be dealing on month of January is under building a strong start. A strong start. And under that, last week, we saw the importance of solid foundation, laying a solid foundation. In case you missed it, you can also watch that or listen to that on our timeline. But today, we want to continue still under building a solid start for the year 2025 in your marriage. We want to look at the importance of marriage vision. We want to look at the importance of marriage vision. The book of Proverbs says, where there is no vision, the people perish. And the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 2, it says, write the vision, make it plain on tablet, so that those that will read it will be able to run along with it. What is it that you couldn't achieve? What are some of the mistakes? What are some of the error? What are some of the conflicts? What are some of the crises that you experienced in your marriage, you experienced in your relationship last year, 2024, that you desire not to repeat and you do not want to see again? It's not all about saying it will not happen again. It is not all about saying God forbid. If you don't plan for it, if you don't make vision for it, it will still repeat itself. So that is why the scripture is admonishing us, whatever you want your marriage to enjoy, what you want to experience, the kind of relationship you want to have in the year 2025, you have to write it. You have to make it plain. You have to make it visible. You have to make it understandable, so that your partner, so that your children can be able to read it, and also they will be able to run along with it. The key idea, couples should set goals for their marriage and make sure that their goals is aligned with God's purpose. One of the problem that I see, the scriptures say make your plan, but trusting God to direct your plan. Any goals you are setting for your marriage, any goal you are setting for your relationship that is not in line, that does not align with God's purpose for marriage, with God's purpose for your life, I stand to tell you, it may not work. It may not work. And if it works, it will not give you peace of mind. Anybody can marry. Anybody can marry. But the important thing is that as you marry, what do you desire? What do you want to get out of your marriage? If you really want to enjoy marriage and experience marriage based on God's purpose and God's plan for marriage, and we want you to run your marriage according to God's purpose and God's planning. Someone said, and I quote, a marriage without vision is like a ship without compass. A marriage without vision is like a ship without compass. When you cannot just put a ship in the ocean and just start it and begin to move it. There must be a compass. Through that compass, you know your destination. Through that compass, you know the route you are going to take. Through that compass, you will also observe some of the challenges that is inevitable in that journey. I was listening to a preacher, I've forgotten his name. I was listening to okay, I think it should be Femi Lazarus. I was listening to Femi Lazarus, and he was saying, especially to brothers, he said, when you don't have vision for your life, you don't have vision of the kind of marriage you want to have, and you want to call a sister, or you want to propose to a sister to join you, he said the question is, where are you going? And today we hear something like, what are you bringing to the table? And Femi Lazarus said, before you ask a sister, before you ask the lady, what are you bringing to the table, the first thing you must show that lady the table. There must be a table. And I remember the Bible said, and the Lord prepares a table before us in the presence of our enemy. Which table have you prepared before you propose to that sister? Which table have you prepared before you propose to that lady? Will you marry me? Are you ready to journey with me? What are the plans? What are the vision? What are the blueprint of the kind of marriage, of the kind of life you tend to live? What is your vision before calling somebody to join you? The Bible said that the women are helpmeet. The women are helpmeet. Before someone will come to help you, there must be a load. There must be something you are carrying. There must be something you are occupied with. There must be a responsibility in your hand before calling someone to come and help you. When the little time I spend in village before coming to the city, whenever we go to fetch water in the stream, some of us carry a container that is difficult for us to lift on our head by ourselves. And before we can call any person to come and help us lift it, we would have filled that container with water. Then whether it's a bath, whether it's just a container, whether it's a bucket, we now beckon on that person. It could be a lady, it could be a man, older or younger, to help us lift it and put it on our head. The same thing is marriage. Before you call on someone as a young man, before you call on a lady, will you marry me? What is it that is coming to help you? What is the vision for the marriage? And also, ladies, you are not left out. I want you to know every marriage that is ordained by God and planned by God, and that's why I say that God is a perfect matchmaker. That is the vision he gives to the man for you. Part of the vision is embedded in you as a lady. And whereby you don't also have vision for your life, you don't have vision or God's purpose or God's plan for your life, that is why you get yourself entangled with the wrong person. And by the time you get yourself entangled with the wrong person, you suffer for it. Marriage without a vision is like a ship without a compass. Marriage without a vision is like a driver who have just brought out a vehicle and begin to shout, passengers should come in. Where are you going to? Anywhere. Anywhere is not a destination. Anywhere is not direction. Someone said, don't bother about what is written on the vehicle, just enter. And I told them, I will bother about what is written on the vehicle. So I also want to advise you as a lady, before you get yourself hooked with a man in the name of marriage, try to know his or her vision. Where is he going? What is the direction of his life? If he doesn't have vision for his life, I will want you to run. And also, you as a young man that have a vision for your life, don't just make or bring any woman into your life. Before I stop this section, what are the importance of goal setting for couples? Number one, as a Christian, you must make sure to grow spiritually together. You must make sure you grow together. As the year has just begun, yesterday we were in a fellowship and a friend of mine said that it is a character, it's an attitude, it's a habit that every year, whether they travel to the east or they did not travel, that they must have a camp, a retreat together as a family where they go to camp or take time out to spend some time to to discuss, to pray, and to have fellowship very well. Now, that is part of the growth. You must make plan to grow spiritually as a couple, and you also must make plan to also grow, not just spiritually, because I have seen couples that when they started, suddenly as one party begins to grow and leaving the other behind, you hear something like, he's no more my class, she's no more my class. You make sure you grow together if you want your marriage. A strong spiritual connection brings faith, brings trust and peace, helping you to stay together during tough time. There are people, educational wise, it is not a crime to marry someone who is not a graduate. But I also want you to know there's a difference between being educated and being intelligent. When you are not educated and yet you are not intelligent, if your partner is intelligent and also educated, it's a matter of time that it will create a gap. So it is important. You must make sure you grow together as couple. Number 2 important things, visions you must set in the area of your vision. You must make sure that you communicate. You communicate very well. Talk openly, respectfully, and make time every day to check in with each other to really listen. It is important. Most of the problem that emanate in the marriage as a result of ineffective communication. If you can communicate very well, if you can openly communicate your mind, tell your partner your mind, even for those of you that are in courtship, it is important. Time of courtship is not time of immorality. It's not time of visiting different kind of fast food. It should be a time of discussing about your future. And it's not every marriage, every courtship that ends in marriage. Because at the course of that courtship, while you are discussing, you are talking, you may discover that actually this cannot work. There's nothing wrong from you breaking up. You can remain friends. But it's not every friendship that should end or that will end in marriage. So it is important. Then number 3, it's also important you set vision in the area of planning and managing money. Right from last year, you would have heard me say it in this program, right from last year, when I remember that my first daughter will be entering SS3 and there is so many exams that she will be taking, and possibly admission, if God helping, admission can come up at any time. The second one also has graduated to SS2, and all these things call for responsibility. I told my wife that from the beginning of this year, we are going to cut up on spending on the things the things we call non-essential. There are things that are not need, but they are just wants. So we are going to cut up. And also we also make plan on how to save, on how to budget more. So you must make plans about money and how to manage the money. Make plan to save, make plan to budget and invest together. Set goal for your future in the area of financial need, because it is important. I once listened to Dr. Femi Emmanuel, Olumide Emmanuel, even though I don't totally agree. He said there are people he will never help when they come for him for need. One of them, he said, those that comes to me that my wife is due, I don't have money, and those that comes to him and said my rent is due, even though I don't totally agree with him on that. But I want to say what he was trying to bring out was that the pregnancy is a 9-month journey. Now, when you understand and you knew that your wife has taken in, you should have made some necessary plan. And also, the rent now in Nigeria is a yearly thing. As long as you have an income, you have what you are doing, you make plan. It is then, if as a result of eventuality or for circumstances, if it happens that you don't have the complete money when that time comes, you should be able to go to someone and said, I needed 100,000 but I have 80. Can you help me out with the balance? Than just coming to say, I have a need of 100,000, and the person will ask you, what do you have? You said you have nothing. It will be difficult to help you. So this year, as a couple, as mature single, make plan on how to manage your finances. Make plan on how to save. It is not a crime as a single person. If you are making money, you are saving for your future. It's not a crime. It's not a crime as a woman if you meet the right man for yourself and you have more in your account than the person. It is not a crime. You bring it together and both of you can move ahead. The most important thing, let your home be running. Another plans, another vision you must set as couples is to spend quality time. Make time for fun. Make time for funny activities. Make time for date. Make time for vacation. Work out time to rest. Have time. Everything is not all about work, work, work. I was listening to Pastor Mrs. Ibukun Awoshika, and he said that, for those of you that know her, she's a career woman and well-known woman in Africa, if not the world. But he said in her marriage that they have a date, that they have a particular date in a year that she and her husband travels out for vacation. He said nothing on earth tampers with that. It is important. Most time people say, I don't have time. I don't have time. I don't have time. It is what you don't make time for that you will never have time. So let it be part of your vision as couple that will spend quality time together. Spend quality time. Enjoy life with your wife. Enjoy life with your husband whom you love. This is what the Bible admonishes us in Ecclesiastes chapter 9 verse 9. Spending time together strengthens your life emotionally, physically, and helps you bond together and helps your marriage more fulfilling. And lastly, don't forget your health and your well-being. Don't forget your health and your well-being. It is important you support each other to live healthy, eat well, exercise as time permits, exercise. So you must not go and register in the gym. It's not necessary. You must not go and register in the gym. You can do it. This morning, I have the need to see a friend before coming back to prepare for this broadcast, and I decided to do some exercise. I maintain a certain speed of walk, and until I got to his house, I never stopped. By the time I got to his house, I was sweating. He said, what is chasing you? But he didn't understand. While I was coming back, I still maintained the same speed of walking. And when I got home, I did some few squatting and some few press up. And some sweating went out. It's not until you go to the gym that you must exercise. Make time to live healthy. Make time to have a healthy living. Exercising, eat well, and make sure that you don't cut short your life. There is a saying that says, this body is the carrier of the spirit that makes us a man, that makes us a woman. If this body is underused or destroyed, that is when you hear the man, the woman is dead. So make sure you make visions, as I've said, for your marriage. What are the things you want to have? What are the things you want to enjoy this year? Set the vision and keep it running. I believe with God on your side, you will make it. Thank you for listening. God bless you. But remember, like I always say, I will never ask you for money on this program, but I will always ask you for two things, two favors. Number one, share this broadcast to as many friends, to as many platforms that you feel it can be a blessing to them. And two, quickly run to YouTube if you have not done that. Subscribe to Marriage Discovery International channel. Like, subscribe, and also recommend to others. Thank you so much. It is my prayer that God will give you the insight and the understanding to make the proper and the right vision for your marriage, for your relationship, so that by the time we shall be ending this year, you will be grateful and you'll be glad that your marriage and your relationship is what you desire it to be. May God help you and bless you. And for those of you who are struggling in marriage, as we have entered the year is just new. For those of you who are struggling in marriage, I pray for you that the grace and the mercy of God will locate you, and the Lord will intervene in your marriage and intervene in your life and set you free from every shackles of the kingdom of darkness in the name of Jesus. And for those of you that are single, that are that are into a toxic relationship that is leading you nowhere, that it will bring regret or stress to your life, I pray that God will help you to break out of that wrong direction and connect you to the right one. God bless you. See you some other time. Love you. Bye.